So I'm literally sitting here forcing myself to stream and just trying to completely ignore all the real world problems that's going on in my life. And I'm gonna fucking lose it.
What's going on, guys? Today, we're talking about Faze Clan once again, who, if you haven't been keeping up with their streams, have been struggling to discuss a lot of topics that have been going on behind the scenes. Right off the bat, this was very sus, but as things went on and people did some investigating, it soon came out that they're all going through a lawsuit. But before we get to that, it all started when jasontheween and Tara Yummy were walking past Ron when things got super awkward.
Yeah. Hey, look at Ron.
Hey man, we on mute right now. There's crazy news coming in every second.
Wait, dead ass?
Oh yeah, life's crazy.
Should I mute?
I mean, if you want, is he muted?
Mute. Mute.
Is it muted for sure?
Mute.
I mean, there's a few things that make this interaction super awkward. As soon as the stream muted, they all got visibly tense. And on top of that, you could tell the cameraman thought it was a joke until Jason and Ron got pretty serious. As soon as Ron brought it up, it seems like Jason already knew what he was talking about, which means that this has been going on and there's definitely something behind the scenes that they're not allowed to discuss. And we got some Twitter warriors doing some insane investigation work when they looked at all the Faze Clan members' Instagrams and noticed that none of them except Adapt were following Faze Banks.
One love. Breaking news. All Faze members besides Adapt have not my business, gang. Not my business. How to weed in Silky's backpack.
Immediately, Plaqueboy Max did not want to talk about whatever was on his mind. It got pretty tense, and this is a very interesting perspective coming from someone who left Faze. So after the stream with Jason and Ron, Jason went up and met with Lacy, and then they ended stream because of something that went on behind the scenes. And since then, 4 days ago, they haven't started stream again, and they've all been very silent on social media across all platforms. There was a lot of conspiracies going around, a lot of people with tinfoil hats on. You could see Faze Lacy streaming alone and not wearing his face chain, but that's a completely separate topic because I think he's going through his own issue right now. You even had someone on Twitter posting that the Faze house was for sale. Well, that was a big topic of discussion, but it turns out that was complete cap because Marlon went live, another person who is not part of Faze but is affiliated, and he went live in the Faze house.
Your voice is not doing that either. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say that real quick. None of the boys are trying to do that to y'all. I'm not trying to do that to y'all, bro. Whatever it is, you know what I mean? First of all, let's just lay that foundation right there, okay? Now, boom. Legally, it was just best to not go live, say anything, whatever it is, because y'all know how that can go. You know what I'm saying? We're in a business where things can happen very fast, this, that, and the other. All of a sudden, you know me, I'm from fucking Sweden, it's not even my first language.
Right at the beginning when Marlon says that's not what Faze is doing, he's referring to trying to fool the internet because a lot of people thought Faze were trying to pull a Marlon and do stage 1, crash out stage, whatever, and fool the internet. He's confirming that's actually not what's happening. They're going through some genuine legal things. That's what he's saying. They can't talk about it. And if you watch the entire stream he went through today, he does not mention Faze a singular time. This basically guarantees there is some kind of lawsuit going on. We don't exactly know if they're suing Faze Banks, if they're just upset at Faze Banks, or if this is even really to do with Faze Banks. We will get to that later. As I said, a lot of evidence does indicate that this is all Faze Banks' fault, and it has to deal with ownership. But before we get into that, we have another person who once had ownership in Faze. We have Kix Jew, who is very familiar with money and knows a lot about Faze going on in the background. He provides his theories about what's actually going on right now.
So here's what I think what's going on with this this Faze shit. All right. Genuinely, here's what I think. I think that it was from the beginning, right? Nobody could get on the right terms. Nobody can get on the right terms. And both sides, right? Nobody could have, they didn't agree to what what the foundation was, right? Faze was bought, but then whoever bought it was like, yo, how do I get the money? Where's the money coming in at? How do I get the money? And I think that's the issue. There was no gain. But here's what I think needs to happen if I'm the Faze boys. You guys need to leave Faze, rebrand into a new group so you guys have equity.
Faze Clan, since its inception, has been famous for fucking over its talent. It's no different than any esports org, but you would think after Faze Banks became the primary owner and had more control over the actual company that he would enforce better contracts and overall just make the talent happier. It does not seem like that's the case. You have to remember there's people like Blackboy Max who was a part of Faze and because of it got like 30,000 viewers per stream. He decided to leave, and the reason he decided to leave now seems like definitely a ownership of his own stream issue and just basically an equity thing. Because from an organization's point of view, there's no real way to make money other than taking it from the people who are streaming. And when you do that, it severely limits how much money the people who are streaming are actually making. It's kind of like Diddy and his record label. So this one tweet came out that had a bunch of information and it provides a lot of theories on what's actually going on. I'm not going to read the actual thing it says because it makes no sense. But when you look at the picture, it says Banks own 25.5% of the company, and Matt Kalish, DraftKings CEO and Faze media owner, he owned 75.5% at one point. Hardscope, which is the new content creator agency, launched on December 17th. Stream stopped December 18th on Matt Kalish's LinkedIn. It says that he was a board member of Faze from April 2024 to December 2025, so he left the Faze board. Depending on the contract, Banks could have kept his 25.5% even when he stepped down as CEO. And this could mean that the shares were transferred to Banks, which means he would be a majority owner of the company, which means he would have the power to do this. But it could also be them transferring to Hardscope and they aren't allowed to make content until the trademark passes. Or they're fooling the internet fairs. All the information presented is true, and this just gives you a solid basis to form your own theories. What I take away from this is really two ideas. Banks is most likely the owner and deciding to do something that they don't like, whether it's join Hardscope or not. There is a possibility that someone else is now the owner and making a decision that they are not happy with as well. However, considering the fact that they all unfollowed Banks, I'm willing to bet that Banks is the owner and he is the one making a decision that they are unhappy with. And the most likely decision, as I said, is to join Hardscope. And because of that, he's actually going along with the decision to make them a part of Hardscope. I don't have any idea how the Faze members would actually react to this, but considering the fact that they're going through some legal trouble, it seems like they don't want to go through with that at all. And honestly, I'm on their side. If I was a member of an organization or a clan like Faze, I would want my own individuality or just the general ability to make my own decisions when it comes to the content that I make. While their streams are super creative and it seems like they can choose what they want to do on stream, there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes that they don't have choices on, and that's kind of restricting them right now. Anyways, I made a new Discord channel if you want to join. The link's in the description. If you liked the video, you should leave a like and subscribe. Anyways, I'll see ya.